Hey, welcome to the Coco Kitchen with your boy Tim. Hey, I appreciate you guys rocking with me. Sorry last week we didn't have any kind of video. Reason why is because Texas was frozen and a lot of people didn't have electricity and we were hosting a lot of family members. Thank the good Lord, we didn't lose electricity, but you know, it's just one of those things. Anyway, today we're making chicken curry with rice and peas. When I say rice and peas, it's not actually peas, it's actually kidney beans, but in the islands they call it peas. So let's get it popping. This is a good dish. Let's go. All right, these are ingredients for this dish. 1 cup of curry, 1 tablespoon of turmeric, 2 chickens, a food processor, if you don't feel like chopping stuff up, 1 tablespoon of Chef Papadone's Poultry Magic, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, 3 tablespoons of salt, 2 bags of kidney beans, 4 cups of long grain rice, I prefer jasmine, 2 14-ounce cans of coconut milk, 1 yellow onion, 1 Scotch bonnet pepper or 1 habanero pepper, 8 cloves of garlic, 1 bunch of green onions or 1 bunch of scallions, same thing, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of oil, 1 tablespoon of thyme, vinegar and water to get that dirtiness off that chicken. Let's go. All right, cutting chickens up 101. Now, if we look at the chicken has lines. Those lines will guide where you need to cut the chicken. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a cut on the line and then pop the leg. It's real simple. Once you pop that leg out of socket, just cut the chicken leg off. Now you have a thigh and a drumstick. Let's repeat the process. Cut the chicken along the line, pop that leg, and continue to cut the thigh and the drumstick off. When you're cutting the chicken, you really need to have a sharp knife. Now we're gonna move on to the chicken wing. Just cut it underneath the breast and apply a little bit of pressure. You got it. Repeat the same process on the other side of the chicken. Now we're gonna cut the breast. If you look at the breast, or the side of the chicken actually, you see that line? Cut through that line like butter. Repeat on the other side. Once you peel the breast back off the backbone, just apply some good pressure to it. Don't discard the chicken back. You can make some good stock with that, like for soup and stuff. Boom, now we have 2 breasts. Next, with a little bit of pressure from the sharp knife, separate the 2 chicken breasts. Now you can apply pressure to the chicken breast and that'll crack the bone, but I was hungry, so I didn't do that. I just went savage mode and just cut it in half. Right here, I'm just separating the thigh from the drumstick. So now you have 2 drumsticks, 2 thighs, 2 chicken breasts, 2 wings. You're good to go. If you cut the chicken breast in half, that'll yield you 10 pieces of chicken. All right, let's make some beans. First things first, you want to rinse your beans because God knows what was on those beans when they packaged them. So I like to rinse my beans for about 5 minutes. Then I'm gonna bring a pot of water to a boil and then dump my beans in. They say that beans that float might have something wrong with them, so later on when they start to float, I'm gonna take some of those out. It looks like there's a lot of beans that are floating, but trust me, you'll have enough beans for the dish. Bring the beans all the way up to a boil again, and then let them ride for about, let's say 2 hours. All right, let's chop some onions. Cut the onion in half. Peel off the skin. You don't want no skin inside your daggone food. After I remove the skin, I place the onion on my cutting board. Hey, don't make fun of my cutting board, man. We've had some good times. Anyway, let's cut a few little slits in it. Cut it in half, and then chop it up. Now let's move on to our pepper. Trust me, you want to have gloves on this because if you scratch your face or something like that, you will regret it. So make sure you have your gloves on with this little pepper. Give it a nice rough chop. If you look inside the pepper and you see those seeds, that's that heat. So if you want heat, leave them in. If you don't bother with them. I'm a savage, so I'm gonna add mine to my dish. Now let's give the green onions a nice rough chop. Make sure you discard all the garlic skin. You don't want that in your dish either. People be complaining. All right, this is a good investment food processor. Let's take everything that we chopped up and put it in a food processor. It's gonna make life a whole lot easier. What we're making right here is the marinade for the chicken. Add some olive oil into it and continue to blend it. You guessed it, it's dusting time to season up this chicken. Trust me, when you use a whole chicken, you get so much meat. It just makes sense. It's economical. Trust your boy. Right here we have 20 pieces of chicken from 2 chickens. Just blanket the chicken with curry, salt, pepper, and garlic powder. What I like to do is I like to season my meat in layers. Now we're gonna throw that marinade into the party. Now let's get our hands in it. Now let's massage the chicken with the marinade. Make sure you get all in the nooks and crannies. Make sure the chicken is fully covered with the marinade, the salt and pepper, the curry, the whole shebang. All right, let's make some rice. What you wanna do is you wanna put your rice in your colander and you wanna rinse your rice off. Because God knows what animals have been crawling on that rice. So make sure you clean your rice, people. We're just gonna rinse the rice for about a good minute or two to make sure that you get all that dirt off the rice. All right here, I added another tablespoon of salt to the beans. Reason being is you gotta season your beans. We want flavor all through the dish. Just mix the salt in the beans and you're good to go. All right, once that's done, let's make some coconut rice and peas. Let's throw our 4 cups of long grain rice into the pot. 3 cups of water. Our 2 14-ounce cans of coconut milk. Then you want to bring it to a boil and then to a simmer and let it cook for 18 minutes. Do not stir. 18 minutes, then let it set for 5 minutes. All right, let's give this rice a little flavor. Let's add in our salt and our sugar. Next, we're gonna cook our chicken. Throw in that olive oil or any kind of oil you got on hand. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna toast our turmeric and our curry. This is gonna give the dish an earthy taste. Then we're gonna add in our chicken and we're gonna cover it with water. What I did is I used a bowl that the chicken was marinating in and I just put water in it and I used that in my chicken water. That's gonna give it added flavor. Make sure you cover the chicken about 1 inch over. That way the chicken will be submerged in the water. There you go, the rice is done. All right, after I've let my rice sit for 5 minutes, now I'm gonna throw in the beans that we cooked earlier. Now you know you have some good cooked beans when you put them in the pot with the rice and they don't smash. You don't want no smashed up beans. After 90 minutes, you want to taste the chicken broth. The chicken is fully cooked. This is where you want to make sure you add more seasonings if it's bland. I'm going on ahead and added another 2 tablespoons of salt. And I let it go for another 30 minutes. Now after 2 hours of this chicken cooking, as you can see, it just falls right off the bone. That's some tender chicken. Look at that drip. It literally falls off the bone. All right, YouTube, let's see how I did. Curry and rice and peas. Let's see what the deal is. Curry chicken is just so tender. Crazy. It's from that long, slow cook. Some of that rice. Once again, I'm a bad boy in the kitchen. I'm telling y'all, man, I need to come over and get some of this good old food, man. I appreciate you guys, man. Like and subscribe to my channel. You know, share it with your friends and family, you know, because it's the only way I'm gonna grow. But I appreciate you guys looking out for me, and see you later.